Here previewing the UFC 149 weekend. Let's get straight into it. Sean Jordan versus Cheick Kongo. Sean Jordan, one of the many people crossing over from NFL to MMA now. Very short, compact, athletic heavyweight. A lot of power in those hands, bit of wrestling, came over from Strikeforce. Now the UFC has obviously absorbed the Strikeforce heavyweight division. Going to be taking on Cheick Kongo, long, rangy, experienced, pure striker. Been with the UFC for a long time. What does Sean Jordan need to do to win? Well, he needs to use that athleticism to just get into Cheick's range, put him up against the fence and put him on his ass. Cheick Kongo is nowhere near comfortable off his back, and that's the way that Sean Jordan's going to be able to win. I don't think standing on the feet, I don't think he's going to be able to catch Cheick Kongo, seeing as Cheick's got that big, long reach that he can just keep him at range with. I think Cheick Kongo hasn't really developed a jiu-jitsu game throughout his whole career at the UFC. Not one that's good enough to submit Sean Jordan off his back anyway. So I think for Sean Jordan to win, he's going to need to get Kongo, pick him up, slam him, put him on his ass, and just beat him up. For Cheick Kongo to win, easy, keep the fight on the feet. That's his strategy for all of his fights, and it's an effective one a lot of the time. So all he needs to do is just be moving, constantly weaving. Good footwork he's going to need to avoid the takedown of Sean Jordan, just be able to sprawl out, you know, kicks, punches, knees, elbows, whatever. If he wants to put Sean Jordan up against the fence, he possibly could do that as a way to negate being taken down. Bit risky, seeing as Sean Jordan will have, you know, good hold on him then, but Cheick's pretty experienced in putting opponents up against the fence. So let's review that. Sean Jordan to win, put Cheick Kongo on his ass. Cheick Kongo needs to win, keep the fight on the feet. Let's move into the co-main event. Hector Lombard versus Tim Boetsch. Tim the Barbarian Boetsch coming as a massive underdog after he was getting pounded for a round and a little bit, by 2 rounds actually, and a little bit by Yushin Okami. So in the third, Boetsch just came out and threw bombs and landed, let's be honest, a few lucky shots and put Okami to sleep. For Tim Boetsch to win this fight, he's just going to need to come in, he's going to need to throw bombs. That's the only way he's going to win. I don't see him putting Lombard on his back, so I think for Boetsch to claim this fight, he's just going to have to come in, throw those big, nasty uppercuts that he's got, and just put Hector Lombard to sleep. Let's have a look at Hector Lombard, a UFC debutant coming in over in Bellator, riding a massive 6-year winning streak. Hasn't lost in 6 years. That's just one of the more unheard of things in MMA. Went to the Olympics 2004, represented Cuba in judo. You know, not often you get Olympian level grapplers in the UFC. You get occasionally, like Dan Henderson, but not very often you get a judoka Olympian with dynamite in his hands and a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Basically, Lombard's got he's got it all covered. And coming into the UFC, he might have jitters, but I don't think he's going to have as many jitters, considering he's been fighting for a long, long time, and he's fought high-level competition before Bellator as well, when he went over to Pride. You know, he fought Gegard Mousasi. He might not have won, but that's still a decent amount of experience against a high-quality opponent. Basically, for Hector Lombard to win, pick and choose. I'm not sure how comfortable Boetsch is off his back. If he chooses to put Boetsch on his back, then I think he should be able to maybe ground and pound him out. Don't think he will do that though, seeing as Joe Rogan put it perfectly the other day. Lombard uses his judo to keep the fight on the feet more than go to the ground. So for Boetsch to win, just come in and throw uppercuts, throw bombs, just, you know, I don't know how, if he wants to clinch up, because if he gets in too close, Lombard can just throw him around like a rag doll. I'm not giving Boetsch a lot of hope here, but I'll be honest, I don't see what way Boetsch wins this fight other than throwing bombs. Lombard can pick and choose, put him on his back and submit him. I reckon he could either put him on his back and ground and pound him, or he could just stand and trade with Boetsch and then just land big shots on him and then knock him out. But for my prediction for that, I think Lombard's going to win. Now let's look at the main event. Urijah Faber versus Renan Barao. Renan Barao, training partner Jose Aldo. Wicked, sick, mad dog of a Muay Thai striker. Black belt in Jiu-Jitsu as well. Really got a whole game covered. Urijah Faber, very experienced, been doing this for a while. Was one of the top pound-for-pound fighters in the world not so long ago in the WEC. Now, when we look at it for Renan Barao here, Renan Barao, I'd say he's probably not going to keep this on the feet, because while he does have a black belt in jiu-jitsu, and the majority of his wins are by submission. I think that Faber is too good, too strong, and too experienced on the ground to be submitted by Barao. I think that Faber on the feet he's a little overconfident after that fight with Dominic Cruz, where he's able to come in and land a couple of big bombs and put Cruz on his backside. I think Barao is a lot faster than Dominic Cruz, and at stages where Faber was able to catch Cruz, I don't think Barao is going to be caught like that, because he's too quick, too explosive, and just too good of a striker. So I think for Barao to win this, he's going to need to stay on the feet and just keep Urijah away, keep him at bay, slam those leg kicks in like Jose Aldo did, and just keep him on the feet like that. Because Urijah Faber hasn't lost by submission ever in his UFC, in his MMA career. Hasn't ever been finished by submission. Now let's look at Urijah Faber's point of view. How does he want to do this? I think he's going to want to put Barao on his back. Talking once again about that confidence in his ground skills. I think if he puts Renan Barao on his back, he's going to just be constantly moving, applying pressure from the guard, trying to pass that guard, constantly making Barao think about defense rather than offense. Because when Barao starts thinking about offense on the ground, that's when he's going to submit you like Brad Pickett, when he just rocked Brad Pickett and he can think, right, how am I going to finish it? Whereas against Faber, if Faber's constantly putting him on his ass, avoiding the stand-up exchanges, I think Barao's going to think, shit, how am I going to defend myself from getting punched in the face? So let's look at this one more time. For Barao to win, he's going to want to keep Urijah at bay, keep him out, use that explosive, fast speed, power striking, leg kicks, knees, just to pick Urijah apart on the feet. And I think for Faber to win, he's going to want to come in, close that distance. Don't worry about coming and landing bombs. Worry about putting your hands behind Barao's hips, pulling him out and putting him on his backside, and just pounding his face in from the guard, moving around to side control while not getting submitted. Rightio guys, that's your analysis and preview coming up for UFC 149. Stay tuned next week where we're going to review the fights once they're done, and then stay tuned on Saturday morning and afternoon as well for the UFC 149 weigh-in photos and videos. Till then, stay tuned and enjoy your weekend guys. Love you.